Don't you just hate it when people avoid you? They stay away from you at all costs. They don't want to be anywhere near you, want to have nothing whatsoever to do with you. Don't you just hate that? Me? No. If a person is a narcissist, I want them to stay away. I want them to find me repulsive. I want them to find me repellent. I want them to just go away, stay out of my life. But the problem is, there are a lot of us who tend to be empaths or have Asperger's syndrome, and we just kind of sitting there like a sitting duck, waiting to be taken advantage of, and the narcissists zero in on that. Now, there are some creatures who are designed by nature to be repellent. Now, I got to be careful here. I'm not saying you need to be a skunk. But if there is any creature on the face of the earth that is good at repelling aggressive other creatures, it's the skunk. So get out your bear spray or your skunk spray or whatever, and let's take a look at what we have available to us to repel narcissists. Are you ready to go? Number one is independence. There's one thing that narcissists absolutely positively hate, and that is, okay, let's call it a wild chicken. Remember the analogy we've used a couple times in the past that narcissists view themselves as chicken farmers and their victims as their chickens that they keep in their coop, and they have this thing going where they're codependent. The chicken depends on the farmer to feed him and give him water, and the farmer depends on the chicken for a supply of eggs. That's kind of like the relationship between a victim of a narcissist and the narcissist. There's that codependence. Well, the last thing a farmer wants is a chicken that keeps breaking out of the chicken coop, goes running off, and doesn't lay any eggs for him. He just doesn't have time for that. I got to admit, all my life, I've never met a wild chicken. Never have. But I've seen a few wild birds. Some of them are predators. And I got to tell you, the farmer doesn't have a whole lot to do with them. Unless those predator birds like an owl or a hawk or whatever, chicken hawk tries to grab one of his chickens. Then he gets upset about it. May take a shotgun after him. But that's the key. Don't be a chicken. Be a hawk. Be a different kind of bird, that the different kind of creature that the farmer doesn't want, that the narcissist doesn't want. What kind of bird is that? What kind of creature is that? What kind of person is that? That is a person who is independent. Look, I'm not going to stay in your chicken coop. Doesn't matter what you do, you put me in there, I'm going to figure out a way to break out. And the chickens aren't going to like me anyhow. So, look, narcissist, just leave me alone, all right? And chances are that is a repellent. Your independence is a repellent that will get the narcissist out of your life. Number two is confidence. There's one thing that a narcissist looks for in body language, in verbal cues, in facial expressions that says you are easy prey. You are a target. What is that? That's a lack of confidence. What is a lack of confidence? Well, that is a surplus of dependence. And remember, we talked about the codependence. What the narcissist wants is somebody who will be dependent on him or her. Dependent on him or her for what? Well, I don't know, maybe money, maybe friendship, maybe companionship, maybe love, maybe employment. Somehow, some way, the narcissist wants to bind you to him or to her. But if you exude confidence, a confidence which says, look, I'm not afraid of you. I don't want to participate in your silly narcissistic games that you play. I'm totally fine by myself. You want to be part of my life? You can be, but none of this absurd narcissist notions. Get that garbage out of my life. If you exude confidence, chances are the narcissist isn't going to waste time for you. Has no time for you. The narcissist is going to go after somebody else. Now, by the way, you can't stop a narcissist from going after people. You just can't do it because, well, you can't stop a fox from going after prey. That's how nature made them. And maybe I shouldn't say fox. Maybe I should say snake, Narcissists tend to be slimy, sneaky snakes. You can't stop a snake from being a snake. They slither through the grass. That's just what they do. Number three, repellent. Not easily provoked. Okay, what do we mean by that? Well, one of the things that the narcissists love to do to control people is they love to trigger us. That is a control device. Now, you know, a narcissist is all about control, controlling other people, controlling circumstances. I know a narcissist who will control your diet if you let her get away with it. I mean, she'll tell you right down the line what you can and cannot eat. Not just her, I mean, everybody that she comes in contact with. It seems like she's got to give them this lecture on nutrition because, well, you know, if you're a narcissist, you're the world's expert on everything, even things you don't know anything about. But if you understand that, hey, I'm not going to be triggered, you know, you try that nonsense on me and you're going to find out, no, that's not going to work. So don't try to provoke me. Don't try to get me in a position where you can make me angry, where you can make me sad, where you can toy with my emotions so you can stand back and pretend that you're the puppet and I'm the puppet master, rather, and I'm the puppet on strings and you're just pulling my strings. See what you can do because you just like to be in control. Sorry, I come with no strings attached. Are you listening to me, Mr. and Mrs. Narcissist? I got no strings. Sorry, try to find them if you want, and I'm going to sit back and laugh at you because you're being silly. You're totally out of control. I'm not Pinocchio. You're not whatever, I forgot the guy's name. But what was his name? Gustav or something like that. I don't remember. Number 4 is willing. Oh, this is a big one. Willing to expose. Every narcissist fears being exposed because every narcissist knows deep down inside that he or she is fake. They got on this costume. They got on this mask. They are actors playing a role, and they're really good at it, and they want other people to be convinced that the role that they're playing is real. I mean, that's them. I mean, they project themselves as do-gooders. They're the opposite, but they convince people. They're do-gooders. They convince people that they're really nice, that they're helpful, that they're just charming, and they tend to be charismatic, but it's all put on. Used car salesmen are a good example of that. Not that they're narcissists, but they have to win your confidence. They have to be kind and considerate. But narcissists tend to be experts at it because, well, they've had their whole life to practice. In fact, their whole life has been nothing but one big dress rehearsal. That's all they do. And if you take away the mask, if you take away the stage makeup, if you rip the wig off their head, if you expose what's beneath their stage clothing, their costume, what you see is a weak, insignificant, insecure individual. You see the real person. If they know that you're willing to do that, they will get away from you. They're afraid of you because you could take down their entire life structure. Just totally wipe it out. Number 5 is one thing they really don't like. That will repel a narcissist is what I call a nice naysayer. Do you know there are some words that just repel narcissists? So like you say a word, it's a magic word, and the narcissist just melts. You know, it's like the vampire in the sunshine. And one of those words, in fact, I ought to do a video on these words, but one of the words is the word no. You don't say no to a narcissist. You don't say no. A narcissist wants to go someplace, and you say, no, I don't want to go. A narcissist wants to do it this way, and you say, no, I don't want to do it this way. Now, I'm not talking about being obstinate or being just a jerk for the sake of being a jerk, but I'm saying when the narcissist wants to do something that you really don't want to do, you have every right to say no. I mean, there are exceptions. You know, if you're a kid, your mom and dad want you to go somewhere, then let's don't say no to them. Or if you get pulled over by a police officer and you see those red lights going in your mirror, you say, no, I'm not going to be pulled over. That guy's a narcissist. Yeah, go ahead and pull over. I strongly recommend that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about individuals in your life who constantly want to pull your strings. They want you to go where they want to go, do what they want you to do, say what they want you to say the way they want you to say it. They want to control you 100%. Repel them with the two-letter word. No. You remember that thing, what part of no don't you understand? The answer is the narcissist just doesn't get it, because he or she is so accustomed to sniffing out these people who are so accommodating to them that when somebody says no, they're taken aback. Now, another problem with the word no is if you say no to a narcissist and there are other people around, what you're doing is you are telling those other people, you are empowering them. You are telling those other people that they too don't have to be manipulated by the narcissist. They too can say no. Do you see those two rectangles on the screen? If you like what you've heard so far, I encourage you to keep the conversation going by simply clicking one of those two rectangles. But if not, well, thanks for stopping by, and we will see you all next time.